Buongiorno! I'm allowed to introduce us today because anyone who knows and loves Andy will know that he tends to talk a lot.
That's it. What? That's
So
it.
this is my moment. And as you can see, day 4, our last day in Rome, and we are at what is arguably the most iconic building in the city.
Yeah, just get a shot of it. There we go.
Colosseum.
And it's not named. We didn't know this until we got here. It's not. I'm off. Sorry. Just butt in when you feel like it.
It's him now.
It's not called the Colosseum because it's a rather large building, which is what I always imagined. It's actually called because it's actually the Flavian Amphitheatre because it was built during the Flavian Empire or whatever. But there used to be an enormous statue of Nero, of course, around here somewhere. I think it's a huge bronze statue. It was a colossal statue, hence the fact that this is called the Colosseum. So there you go. Do you want to say something else?
No, you go for it.
Right,
You're on a roll.
This held 50,000 people, would you believe? And it was covered in like a marble. Was it travertine or something, which is actually like marble? So it's, what was that? It was a huge explosion or something like that. And which is like a form of marble, so it's white. And so this must have shone in the sun. It must have been absolutely unbelievable.
And in all of the arches there were statues.
Yeah, little
well.
statues, marble
Stunning.
statues and that as well. I mean, this was built around, I think, was it Titus or something who had this commissioned in about AD 70 or whatever. It's finished in AD 80. And I thought earlier on, that's just a year after Vesuvius erupted and buried Pompeii, sort of put it into sort of historical context. But a pretty amazing place. I said, held 50,000 people, and a bit like yesterday, like we were talking about going to the Forum and trying to get a flavour for it, and you were saying was just trying to put yourself in as if you were there, if that makes sense.
Well, you can't see very much of the original marble that would have covered the whole building, but there are small areas where the original floor is there. And I just stood there for a moment and kind of let the feelings come up through my feet. And you have such a sense of theatre when you're in there,
Yeah. And with me, I mean, I was saying to Julie walking around, what it reminds me of, because it's circular, it's like a football stadium. If you think about it like that when you're walking around, and you're walking up the steps to go to the next level, and you can see the opening, it's like going to Wembley or whatever your favourite football team is, unless it's Hastings, when there isn't exactly a stadium. But you know what I mean, if you go to Wembley Stadium, or even somewhere like the O2 for that matter, these huge amphitheatres, and you come in and you can hear the noise, and you just imagine that when you come out in here and going up and down the steps and all the bits around the outside, so that sort of brings it home to you. But there's a good exhibition up there with this amazing like 3D mapping thing that they've done, isn't it?
Yes, they originally created on a wall in marble a map of the Forum.
Is it Severus or someone who did that? Someone
showing
like
the Colosseum as well.
Yeah.
So if they built a new temple, they chiselled it onto the map. So there were tiny, about 15% of that map is left, so they've managed to piece together how it would have looked, and therefore putting into context the buildings that we've seen yesterday and today.
And they made a 3D model, and you can, with like a film, and you can watch that, which, as Julie says, really puts it into context. And you might have understood, it's actually raining here a little bit, so we've been real true Brits.
We are.
out here in the rain. A couple of other things I wanted to mention, because this is our last day, and a couple of the things that we've done, and as we said before, some of the things that we've done that have been, for me, the most interesting, are the things that we've stumbled upon. You know that this is going to be interesting, you know this is going to be great in the Sistine Chapel. But one of the things we went is that Vittoriano monument again. We were there the other day and we managed to be there at sunset. We just found it, didn't we?
Yes.
And Julie spotted there was actually like a lift, a viewing platform on the top. And we were up there at sunset and it was stunning, wasn't it?
Amazing. What a great way to see the city. Again, not particularly advertised in the tour guide.
No.
But yeah, we happened upon it and it was a really special moment, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, because it's a 360-degree view of the city. Obviously, it's not far from here, the Colosseum. You could see that. You could see the Vatican area and everywhere. And there was also thousands and thousands of starlings, or I don't know, I think they were starlings, doing their sort of murmurations in the sky before coming in to land on the trees that surround that particular area. Just for us, yeah. But that was something special. Anything in particular that stood out for you? Because that's one of the things. I mean, there's loads, and we could be here for hours.
Yeah.
But
I think it's that, as we said yesterday, that Rome is so walkable. So we've discovered just on every corner, you turn around and see a fabulous building.
We stumbled across a church, sorry, butting in, but we stumbled upon a church yesterday, and inside were 3 Caravaggio paintings. What?
Like you do. But also just you just have a sense of the old city, don't you, when you're walking around?
But last night we
Beautiful.
wandered around and we went back to an area called the Bus, which is very good. You know, it was very cheap and
With the locals.
and found a nice little restaurant and everything as well, just by wandering around and going off the beaten track. Anyway, I think we should stop because it's getting a bit wet. Even for us Brits, it's getting a little bit damp. So we're going to heading off back to the airport. I've certainly enjoyed it. It's been good, isn't it?
We've had a ball.
Yes, I would certainly encourage anybody to come here if you haven't, and all those people who said I would love it, I do. So it's arrivederci from us.
Ciao.
Ciao.